Drop it.
And good morning, everyone. How are we doing today? I'm coming to you live as the production chief for 1HOR as we're getting ready for round 3 of the multi-class championship. It is shaping up to be one of my favorite races, as Road Atlantis is one of my favorite courses in the game and one of my favorite races in general. One of my favorite tracks in general. For our multi-class championship, if you're new here, we are running LMP2s and GT3s around some of the best tracks in the world. We're shaping up to have a decent field today, and our championship's heating up, so I hope you hang out with us and enjoy the show. We're currently getting ready for we're currently getting ready for qualifying. We're getting low quality lobbies set up, so we'll be bringing that to you in just a few minutes. I'm sorry, I'm struggling with the keyboard right now. I'm not used to wires. So we're currently going around in the 1HOR pace car that has seen some better days. Let's stay off to the side. Let's see what we got coming. Arkina has left us getting ready to get themselves set up for the actual qualifying session as it gets started. The LMP2 drivers are setting up some pretty good times. Blue Skies is currently has the fastest time overall with a 1:12. Quality lobby has been opened up, so we're gonna hop over and join Aspect so we can spectate the qualifying session. And we're gonna, as we get ready to
and your car is probably gonna feel worse, so I would apologize, but I don't care.
Space Dog wonderfully.
Wait, so how do we join the other one?
How do I get a penalty for this?
You can join on me or Kuro, or you can ask us politely
What do
for
you mean join on
Fortnite.
you?
I think Kuro is dead, man.
No, I heard him
What
laugh.
do you mean join on you?
He's muted now.
Three.
Roast
pretty
Race,
sure I
you...
killed
Oh,
him.
you invited everyone. Oh my god.
Well,
That's so
what do
great.
you mean?
Thank you,
Well,
Space
don't
Dog.
you mean- you
We're
don't
gonna
have to
join on
call it
Aspect
fun.
now.
What do you mean join on you?
On my... Have you ever played this?
You come on him. You come on him.
Fuck you.
Yeah, you come on him. Exactly.
So while they get that sorted out, we're gonna get ready to spectate, and we're going to join up on Space Dog for not Space Dog, Roast Race for commentating. And Roast Race, how you doing?
Well, I'm well. How are you?
I am fantastic. It is a lovely summer morning here in the US. I can only imagine exactly how hot it would be in Atlanta right now, but fortunately, you get to watch it from the comfort of our homes.
Well, I mean, I'm fluffy in a blanket currently because it's winter down here.
Yeah, I think we'll trade off on which one's better. So, what are you looking forward to seeing today as we get ready for this race at Road Atlanta?
I am expecting a bit of action, not going to lie. There's going to be aspect confirmed there is 4 people joining us today. Well, no, 4 with regards LMP drivers, and then I don't know how many with regards the rest.
Yeah, I think our count was I'm sorry, I'm having some issues getting my car selection working.
But as for action wise, I am going to expect overtakes in a few corners: 1, 3, 6, 7, 10A, and 12.
Yeah. Road Atlanta always gives a really strong showing, especially like with all of the multi-class racing that we're going to be seeing today. I'm really looking to see the LMP2s take advantage of that nice long back straight in order to get around the GT traffic they're going to have to deal with. But at least as we're getting set up right now for the sole qualifying, do you have any favorites as we get into things?
I don't have any favorites, but equally there are new people coming in today, as we both know. One of them being CGK, who is one of the latest members of the GJ franchise.
Yep. Looking at what we have for, let's see, what we have for the LMP2 category. We have Arkina coming back this week after, I believe Arkina missed last week. Yep, Arkina missed the previous round, but is still sitting pretty strong off of the first place win they had in the first points paying round. But all the people that are ahead of Arkina in the championship don't appear to be present today. So Arkina has a really good chance of taking the top spot in the LMP2 category. Yeah, sorry. Yeah, Arkina has a really good chance of taking off the new top spot in the LMP2 category, unless Blue Skies, who is a new arrival, is able to really make an impressive showing. And when I was looking at the practice times, Blue Skies had one of the fastest times out there on the track.
Yeah, but Arkina is in a professional esports league, and our new boy, as far as I'm aware, isn't.
That's true, but the times will be the time, so we'll absolutely be looking at what happens out of this. That comes out of the qualifying session.
I'll be interested to see if people pick him up, other leagues pick him up, because this might be a time for him to put his name out for others.
And going down the rest of the ranks that we have for...
We're getting started, ladies and gentlemen.
We're getting live for qualifying. Oh, sorry.
That's fine, it's fine.
No, I realized that the audio was muted on the stream, so getting that sorted out. I did a bunch of computer work over the last few days, so I'm happy with everything that is working. And we're starting qualifying at 6 a.m. as that is going to be our race start going forward. And we're going to have a 1 second roll off for each car as they get started on the grid. And qualifying started, and up front we have XJ XJ
Honestly,
rocking
I
the
feel like
Ikigai
the
LMP2.
well, I mean, 1 second is okay, but I mean, so long as collisions are off, it should be fine.
Yeah. The biggest thing is just, even though like collisions are off, the biggest thing is to allow people to get a little bit of clean road in front of them, so as not to have everybody like sitting on top of each other. Yes, it's gonna shuffle up as people at different paces steady themselves out, but it does help out a little bit, at least in my opinion, and like how we've started to come across this. For those that don't know, I'm also one of the organizers and admin of the 1HR community, so I do a little bit of the planning and help. So if you ever have any questions about getting involved with us, please feel free to reach out. I am looking for
so I mean, a fair amount has happened since last weekend now.
as we have XJ coming around completing his outlap. Leo's beginning of the first flyers.
117.7 at his starting lap.
So we're gonna
XJ.
follow Arkina around as they take their first lap and see what Arkina can do. This is likely going to be the first of his outs. Arkina
did
already
a 116.3.
Yeah, putting in a 116.3 on an outlap does show a lot of promise for pace. At this hour, the track is going to be relatively cold, so lap times are going to be down from what we're going to likely see. Also, with the fixed rubbering, it's all about the driver's skill, so making it repeatable and making it clean is the most important thing.
Rather worryingly, is 3 of the LMP drivers are in the bottom, at the very bottom.
I don't think that's necessarily the most concerning. It feels like they intentionally like spaced themselves out to have a bigger run as they got onto their first flyers. And we have Arkina coming around completing their first flying lap. And it is looking like a 111.9 is going to be the time people are looking to hunt down. And as that happens, we're going to pop over to our new driver, Blue Skies coming in at a 114.
Yeah, I am going to say 114 is average between second to fourth.
Yeah, going down the order of our LMP2 drivers, we had Arkina at a 111, falling off pretty quickly down to Tomas at a 114, then Blue Skies with a, I think it was a 114.6, 114.1, XJ on his first lap in anger, 114.2, and Gloon a 116.
Enrique spinning out just before the S's.
Oh, Enrique not having the best time trying to get down the hill. By the time I'm able to switch views over to him, he's able to get everything going in the right direction again. Enrique is currently our leader, and in the GT category of the drivers present is the number 2 position overall and the number 1 of the drivers present today. Cosner, as TNR Cosner is not here. Enrique only 6 points off of the lead of the championship, so this could be a big turn for Enrique in establishing himself into a strong lead of the GT3 category. And going down the order, currently we have Bryker, Enrique, Aspect, Jabingus, and Angry Rash. 3 of them very closely ranked in the championship. Bryker as well being here is number 4. Yeah, Blue Sky's using one of the laps that they have in order to refuel and have another bite at possibly faster time. Oh, and we have was that Jabingus?
It's hard to say.
It was Quib. It was Quib that had gone off.
I was about to say, it's hard to tell over all of these shuffling with the standings because it doesn't help much.
Yeah, no, it was JFL Quib who had a big off of turn one. We're going to take a second to get his head together, make a few adjustment changes as they get back on the track and get rolling. Quib currently down in the bottom position.
Into the pits, trying to recompose and try and get another bite of that 111 because his latest lap was worse. Well, it was the end lap. But yeah, 113 is his best.
Yeah.
What is our... Akina has made no significant improvement.
Yeah, I wonder if Arkina is actually pushing to see if he's going to make any improvements or if he's just sitting back on that 111. Arkina has to feel pretty comfortable. Go ahead.
Well, I mean, his last lap is a 112. Correction, 113. So he's going worse. He's basically going backwards. I think a 111 from him is pretty much going to be the best out of everyone here.
Yeah, that's true.
Although I do think, let's have a look, because I feel potentially we could have a battle for first between Riker and Henrique looking at the times alone, because Riker is a 119.3, whilst Henrique is a 119.9.
Yeah, Bryker came out just a little bit ago and pipped Enrique's time to take the top spot in the GT category. So right now Enrique's trying to see what he can do to find that 0.6 of a second that is separating him from the front row. Well, not the front row, but from the top. And as Enrique makes his way down.
Also, I can't help but notice, but from positions 1 to 8, I'd say 1 to 8 for the GT category. No, not 1. 3 to 8 in the GT category. They're all very close of each other. They're all within 120.
Yeah, that's the type of range where it's really going to start to show on strategy and if any mistakes happen. So it is shaping up to be a good fight for GTs today. And I believe Enrique should be finishing that last lap, or they did. They were not able to make any improvement. We're getting down to the last 5 laps of qualifying. The LMP is likely a number of laps ahead of the GT cars.
Oh, Micro Boy jumping up in the standings, 119.9.
Microbio is showing that he wants to be really racy today.
Except he's just gone off as we speak. We turn to him. Yeah, he's been carrying corners during the cooldown lap. I wouldn't be surprised if an SI is looked into for corner cutting.
For just making it around on an outlap, it's fine as long as it's not manipulating your run up for the what's it called? As long as you're not manipulating your run up.
Yeah, Henrique going back into second with a 119.8.
Yeah, picking up a few tenths here and there. Enrique having an coming over the crest of the hill. He needs to find another 5 tenths if he wants to try to get that position back off of Bryker, but making a number of mistakes. And in the background behind, we have Arkina having a big side. Was it Arkina? I lost who it was, but there was an LMP2 car that looked like it was in a bit of crisis as it was trying to get itself back around.
Can't tell.
Checking back in, Arcana back down in the 111s for their lap times, and Tomas is still not able to crack out of the 113s.
That'll be CGK, our Guardian guy.
Who was that?
That's CGK.
What's their name on the board?
Thomas.
Tomas? Okay.
Yeah, because I can tell, because if you look at his car, it says on the side, Guardian.
Ah, I see it now. Oh, and as we're watching, having an off on his way up to on his way up over the hill before making the run down to turn 6 and 7.
Like I said, I think during the race, I'd say turns 6 and 7 are going to be ideal places for overtaking, and 11A as well, especially under braking.
Yeah, and there's going to be massive slipstream opportunities as they make the run out of 7 all the way up to 9 and 10. And Enrique is back in the pits looking like he wants to have fresh tires and a light load of fuel to make his final runs.
Oh my goodness, I can't help it. It's that between XJ and hello.
Oh, all right.
Oh,
Quib having an issue.
has had an issue. But as I was saying, between XJ Boy and Blue Skies, the difference between them is, I believe, exactly 4 hundredths of a second.
Yeah, with even with Tomas's pace, it's still going to be within striking range of if he makes any sort of mistakes or any sort of strategy errors. XJ and Blue Skies are going to absolutely have an opportunity to penalize him for that kind of thing. With XJ with XJ being a more experienced driver, we'd hope to see he's able to have a cleaner run around here, but it does seem to be occasionally prone to making his own set of mistakes when it comes to strategy. So we'll have to see what plays out for him.
Well, I will let you into a little secret, Kerr. GK is known to the North American correspondents, particularly with regards to Racing United.
Oh, you're referring to Tomas?
Picked up. Yeah, absolutely.
Mm-hmm.
That's where he was picked up from.
Yeah, I imagine he's gonna put on I'm trying to remember. I can't remember if it was in what is it called, in Trans Am, or if it was another series, but I've raced with Tomas before with at some ERU events, so I'm aware that they're gonna be good. So it's just a matter of if he can settle into this different format and this different car. So we'll see what he does.
Yeah, Glenn's off.
Oh, let's take a look at where he is. Yeah. Oh yeah, Gloon appears to be off down at the bottom of the S's. Gets himself going again. Everyone seems to be circulating nicely. So as things stand, as we come into the final lap of qualifying, Arcana with their early lap with their early 111 has gone on and stamped that as their time. No one is even coming close to it. NW Arcana finishes out the qualifying session at the top step with a 111, and we'll have to see if Tomas has anything in the tank for him. Tomas looking like he takes a bit of a tight line coming down in towards the S's and goes into the menu. Tomas looking like he had his own disconnect, but they did get a time in. XJ finishing.
Yeah, that was unfortunate.
Yeah, it's unfortunate, but they did get a time in, so that should be good enough for them to proceed on with that position. So our second position should actually be Tomas with a 113. Oh, and Blue Skies pips XJ by putting in a 112.9. 112.9, I believe. I can't see.
Might be faster than Thomas.
Yeah, because I believe Tomas's fastest time was a low 113. So Blue Skies coming out of nowhere with a decent pace. Gloon wrapping up their final lap in menu does not look like they'll be improving further than a 116. So Gloon will be the end of our LMP2 category. Enrique is just starting what is likely going to be their final lap of qualifying.
Honestly, I'd say a Blue Sky might be able to do, if he continues with this, he might have a few people looking at his direction.
Yeah, we'll absolutely be paying attention to see where it happens to him. So going on, we have SRT Enrique going around, making their way down towards 6 and 7. Strong on the brakes at the 200, the 20 meter board. Using all of the track, not quite getting a good hit at the apex. So we'll have to see what effect that has on their time, getting the power down nicely and making the run up the hill. Enrique currently sitting in P1, so has no real place to improve to. I believe the one we look for was TNR Bryker. We'll see what Enrique does to put a stamp on this qualifying session for them.
Yeah, as Microbio comes around the final corner, what's his time going to be? A 1:32, not enough.
Not quite. So this is our order going forward for today's race.
Yeah, Blue Skies, I believe, might have just picked him to the post. Might have picked Thomas to the post. Let's just double check. Right, race results. Thomas, yeah, he's picked into the post. 1:13.2 was the fastest lap from Thomas, and as we both know, Blue Sky 1:12.9.
And I'm just logging the times for the session going forward. So it looks like our starting grid is going to be NW Arcana, Blue Skies in row 2, in P2, and then Tomas will be on third. Fourth will be XJ, followed by Gloon. I think so. Quib's best is a 127. Quib not quite able to improve, so we'll be bringing up the back of the GT category. And GT category front rows will be SRT Enrique in first, Bryker in second, Microbio in third, and Aspect in fourth. And following on the rest of the order is as you see on screen. So that's gonna shake shape up for a pretty big fight in the GT category, but it looks like we're going to be on for a very tight battle as well in the mid pack, the mid sort of the second grouping of the LMP2 category, as most of these drivers are within a few tenths of a second of each other. Yep, so it's going to be just a few minutes while the gridding and everything gets set up. Let me go on and progress. So currently, Microbio is in the 7th position of the championship standings. Let me hide that because that's either right now. Microbio being in the 7th position overall, but starting in P3 is looking like a very promising shout for him in the race today. If he is from most of the people that we have participating, the two at the front between Bryker and Enrique, Bryker was the winner of the GT category in the first round of the championship, which is what has them standing currently in their 4th position even after 2 rounds. Ahead of them is Aspect, Enrique, and Cosner, but Enrique is only 16 points ahead. So as long as Enrique is able to finish anywhere in the top 3, Enrique is likely to take on the new leading role in the championship. Now, Riker is looking at a very strong opportunity to find himself either in second or the lead if Enrique has just an absolute meltdown of their race. But there are a number of battles that will be going on for the championship today, with Jabingus, Microbio. Jabingus and Microbio are relatively close to each other in the standings. So once they bank in for today, they're looking like they're going to have good hauls going forward. But the biggest people at risk are appearing to be TNR Cosner, who is likely going to take a big hit to their overall standings once today's results are tabulated.
Absolutely. Right now, the TNR boys are pretty much going to be one-man stands with regards to their recent activity. I mean, if you've seen, like, there was only one of them who was here last week. So it'll be interesting to see how things go.
No, for sure. And then looking at our narratives going into this in the LMP2 category, as we said, Arcana is looking like shaping up to be the big winner for today, as no one is close to Arcana's pace. So likely going to be walking away with a 30-point haul, which would see him take the new lead of the championship. But Arcana is going to need to stay consistent as Nibbles and Green Echo come make their way back into the championship. Otherwise, up at the lead of our champion, at the lead of the race today, Blue Skies is relatively new, so could end up as high as 4th or 5th in the championship, if they're able to convert that starting position over to a finishing position. And then XJ and Gloon.
I'd say
XJ is looking like he could also pay out pretty well today and find himself up in the rarefied air, the top 5 of the LMP2 category.
Honestly, out of everyone, I'd say the 2 people in the LMP2 category that will be battling it out most are going to be Blue Sky and Thomas. I do not see any denial of regards to that.
Oh no, that's very true. Yeah, Tomas could be the big spoiler for Blue Sky. So either one of them would have a very good showing on like what we would expect out of this. I'm forgetting how many points 3. Let's go check the scoring because I forget what our own scoring is. If the page loads. So 3 points paying out 21 points. So we're looking at a swing between 25 and 21 points. Oh yeah, and that 27 was due to that person also having the fastest lap. So with a bank of 21 points, Tomas could find himself up above the 5th step in the championship. And then if whoever manages 25 could go around Chrysler and Techno Guy, who are sitting at 27. And I am going to also do a short BRB as we get ready for the race and get a few things set up on this side. So I'm going to leave y'all for a few minutes, and we'll see you when the race gets started. All right, and now we just got a few minutes until we get ready to get started. We had a few more additions to the field as we were waiting.
Not much change with regards to LMPs, though, unfortunately.
Yeah, just the GT field continues to stack out some more.
Yep. Which I don't complain, I mean, all the merrier.
All right, yeah, we need to ready up.
There we go.
That. The only time you have to move out of the way for a faster car is if it's a faster car of the same class coming to lap you. So that would be blue flags, and you do have to move.
What?
No.
Same class.
Yeah.
Same class, move. Different class, don't move.
Yeah.
Yes.
Okay.
Other than that, you race all the way to the end. The LMP2s can't start the race timer, so for GTs, the LMP2 cars will be on the track after they finish the race, but they'll be ghosted. It's just a little hard to tell. So at the end of the race, most of the time you're fine to just drive through them, but be careful. Other than that, any questions? Anything like that?
No.
Did you see GK just threw a bucket?
And Aspects is finished giving the rundown for any of our new runners. Race timer is up, and we will be transitioning over once the grid is set.
I don't see with us today. So fortunately, not a full lobby.
Yeah, but it's still a nice field for competition.
Indeed. I think I'm currently. One thing I'm concerned about, I'm going to be honest, is I hope that collisions are on, not off.
Yeah, we'll pretty quickly be able to identify that once it gets started.
Yep.
Having to do a reset is annoying, but it's not the end of the world.
But unfortunately, we've seen that multiple times. And I fear we're going to see that again.
We shall see.
Indeed, we shall see.
Did Quib really just change their car? We'll go and switch this over.
Huh. So, Goodwood has been happening.
Yeah.
One of the cars I have noticed is a prototype Toyota.
Oh, a
I don't know
prototype
if you've
Toyota.
seen.
I've not seen
Yeah,
that
a
one.
prototype Toyota.
not seen
Now-
that one.
I have. Now, there's a road going version and a track version.
And sorry, hold on, as we're coming down the hill. 3, 2, 1. The lights are on and we are away. Arcana bring up the front of the field on the right hand side, pulling down. Blue Sky is looking around, and in the background is Tomas trying to find a way around Blue Sky. Blue Sky having a bit of a loose line. Tomas is able to get around Blue Sky on the run up the hill, and Arcana is keeping strong to that lead position. Down in the GT field, we don't have a whole lot of movement on. We don't have a whole lot of movement in positions. Everyone seems to be going pretty well. Quib is able to make up positions off of Hypo, and Spicy Waffle, who seems to have had an incident off of the start and finds himself in the final position.
Yes, indeed, with Riker very much on Henrique's trumpet, I shall add, going into turn number 7. XJ and Blue Sky are very much getting in close together.
Yeah,
Now,
XJ is having a... Go ahead.
Oh, by the looks of Angry Rash on the out. Oh, contact between Angry Rash and Aspect going into turn 11 right there. Now being forced to battle with Jabingus. It's in turn 13 sidewards is over the line, having to give the place away to Jabingus and
And it looks like there's a bit of a checkup in this pack that we have here with Jabingus. Jabingus finds his space on the outside, closes down that line, going down into the downhill S's, but right behind him, they're too wide coming through here.
Oh, someone's off. Kanishi, I believe, was off.
I don't think it's Kinshi because Kanishi is still rolling, but might have had just a cut.
No, he was off. He was. I saw his name tag go off. Let's look around in the field. The GTs look like they're starting to get themselves, the LMPs starting to get themselves separated.
Yeah, Tomas and XJ are spreading out. Blue Sky is looking to make the worst of getting the worst of the start of the race and finding themselves down in 4th position from their second start.
Yes, indeed. Now, to be honest, he can make it up, but I'd say he will need to put his foot down.
For sure. Like, this is just the opening laps of an hour-long race, so people have time to try to make moves coming through.
Indeed, anything can happen as we come back towards the battle for, I believe, 5th. Because that pack is very, very tight, and Angry Rash is wanting to... Oh, Jabinga's going off Angry Rash and I believe, yes,
Microbio.
Nebulon going by.
Excuse me, you're right. Angry Rash and Sir Nebulon are able to get around Jabingus.
So yeah, GTs are absolutely giving us jam pack action as always.
And a little bit further back in the field, Kanishi getting side by side with Space Dog, the two Mustangs making the run down to 10-11. Kanishi taking a bite at the inside, trying to get a nose in as they come down the hill, but is not able to have enough pace to make it around. And they are stacked 3 on top of each other with Space Dog, Kanishi, and Hypo making their way into turn 1. Kanishi trying to find his way to the inside, not able to make anything work.
Now, I am going to be honest. Bloom we can say LMPs are doing absolutely wonders. However, Gl- Henrique is slowly closing that gap
Oh,
between
and
himself and
sorry,
Gloom.
Hypo is able to get a move done as
We're going to a black screen. I believe someone disconnected.
yeah, we have a DC somewhere in the field. This is a long one. And
Yep,
Quib unfortunately
JFL.
does not having a good day with his connection, ends up finding himself off the grid once again.
Yeah, that gap between Gloom and Henrique is shorter than I would have liked.
Yeah, Gloon is only a few seconds ahead of the GT field, is not quite able to get a good run. Gloon saying a little bit ago, not quite able to get a good feel for the track.
Yeah, I don't think this is going to be his track for it. And we've seen in prior events in real life that if an LMP driver is not good, a GT car with faster pace can overtake them for position overall.
Oh, for sure. Especially like these LMP2 cars, the gap in power is not that big. Just being able to take advantage of the downforce and handling. But with these long straights here at Atlanta, the GT cars do have a good opportunity to pick off a low performing LMP2 car.
Yes, indeed.
But
And
typically in cases where that happens, there are some extenuating circumstances where weather and other things come into play. So right now, that doesn't appear to be something that we're going to be that worried about. Looking on into our GT field, it looks like we're having a fight that's starting to warm up at the front as we have these two packs behind in our 5 through 4 and 7 and 8 positions. We're gonna go on pick up. Oh, and as I hop in, Enrique was very wide in one, taking all of the curb and holding angle, but is able to keep it on the road. But that lets TNR Bryker close down the gap. Bryker charging up the hill, but falling just out of range of the slipstream.
Yeah, indeed. Enrique was completely sideways during the straight, completely out of character from him, if I do say so myself.
Bryker looking like he's having a little bit of a hard time keeping that Corvette pointed in a straight line coming through the S's, but somehow is able to convert that into reducing the gap between him and Enrique, eating up 0.3 of a second, going down into 6 and 7. Enrique losing small chunks of time as Bryker is making the most of every inch of the road.
Yeah, I think Enrique is being rather cautious after that little sideways action. I believe he might be in a little bit of a headspace. So I think Riker is trying to take advantage of that situation.
Yeah, and while that hunt continues, we're gonna hop down to the rear of our pack. As we have Angry Rash, Kanishi, and Space Dog all in very short order of one another.
Indeed, absolutely. I'd say if our fifth place driver or fourth place driver does end up making a mistake, they're going to be punished severely.
That's right. As we watch Angry Rash continue to pull up the field, Sir Nebulon and Microbio are starting to come into contact with one another. The two AMGs making their way down into the S's.
Yep, and blue flags will soon be waving as Enrique is closing in on the GT field now.
Arkeen is closing in on the GT field.
Yep, absolutely.
You know, Arkina 8 laps in, so 8 laps is going to be that magic number as we go through. And we have Nebulon, Rash. Rash looking on the inside of Nebulon. The inside's going to be the outside as they get down the hill, but Angry Rash is the draft off of Microbio up ahead. Nebulon falling in line behind Rash and looking tidy as they fall in order to make their way back up the hill towards the ultimate corner.
Oh, the battle for 12th and 13th overall is getting a little bit spicy. As Dominguez goes a little bit wide, Apo trying to force his way into 12th.
And we look
Dominguez
also
then-
on turn 1, battles all over the track today. God, Angry Rash going sideways up the hill into turn 1, losing the position to Sir Nebulon.
And now they are going to have to really think about where they put their car, because here comes our
Arcana.
leader. Arcana, sorry.
No, you're good. Enrique, Arcana, and Henri are all a little bit on top of each other for pronunciation. As Arcana starts sawing his way through traffic, Arcana is quickly making their way up to the second group of battling cars we have. Looking further up the field, Enrique is able to hold on to that P1 position, starting to gap Bryker. And I'm wondering, looking at the difference that we're seeing, if that's a difference in tire strategy playing out, as Arcana finds himself backed up into too wide traffic coming up the final corners.
Yeah, I think he will.
Arcana is going to want to get by here to make the most of it.
There.
Arcana is going to be on the inside here, and it makes its way through the traffic without incident. But making its way through the traffic causes contact between Microbio, Sir Nebulon.
Oh, more contact there.
Oh, Angry Rash with quite a rejoin finds himself back in the battle with Jabingus Kanishi and Space Dog going 4 wide as they make their way through this very tightly packed section. And we have lapping traffic getting down in here too, which I believe is Tomas and XJ.
And Angry Rash.
And I see an LMP2 car. It is Chaos going down through the 6-7 pack. 2 fighting LMP2s coming up through the order. Let's see.
Yeah, this is
Tomas.
Chaos currently.
Tomas and XJ making their way through the fighting GT cars. The tight GT battle pushing the LMP cars right into each other.
XJ going on the inside.
XJ goes to the inside and gets the position over Tomas.
Yeah, but Tomas is not laying that down as he's going on the inside towards the final corner.
They're side by side onto the start-finish straight. Tomas converts the position as they pull up into traffic. Angry Rash appears to have a disconnect. Oh, I believe it's just a ghost notification.
Yeah, so I shall tell you, Kuro, is that tire wear for the LMPs are, if they're on soft, should be going around about now. Because I did do testing earlier, and those tires should be on minor wear right now if they have gone for softs.
And we're looking at about 45% wear on I believe it was on XJ's car. XJ getting stuck in traffic and opening up the gap to Tomas ahead. The only 2 GTs not to be lapped are Enrique and Bryker, and that goes down as Arcana makes it around Bryker, putting Bryker down a lap with the rest of the GT field. And the LMP2s making their way through seems to have spread out the GT field as we settle down into this first cycle.
I think something might have happened with regards to Blue Sky, because Gloon finds himself 4th.
Yeah, Blue Sky appears to have found himself way down the order, so it looks like they might have had a big off or something. But as we say that, XJ finds himself getting much closer to Tomas.
Oh, and Gloon is off at turn number 1.
Gloon's slow to recover, but Blue Sky gets the position off of Gloon's mistake. XJ looking really racy today. Finds himself getting within a bite of Tomas.
Out. Blue Sky is now in the middle of the track, now having to correct himself, heading down towards turn number 6.
Blue Sky or XJ?
Blue Sky. Blue Sky, I spun out again.
Oh, Blue Sky span out. Sorry, I thought you said XJ span out. I was like, I'm watching XJ.
No.
Yep.
No.
Back down in the GT field, Space Dog is closing in on Jabingus. Road Atlanta providing a lot of opportunities between drafting in these tight corners to bring all these cars into close contact with each other for good battles. As this happens, I believe that is Tomas is making their way into lapping, and Gloon appears to have had another issue at the top of the hill.
Or maybe he's just... Oh, Enrique is going to be the first of many to bail into the pit stop, as well as Aspect.
Yeah, this looks like this is our soft tire strategies starting to converge, putting into the pits for their first run.
Oh my goodness! Have you seen Tomas's tire wear?
Not yet.
Because that rear left tire is about to hit 60%.
Oh wow, Tomas is pushing it very far. Tomas is trying to stretch this set of tires out as far as he can to hold up on this position over XJ, making his way around. I believe that is Bryker that is still out. Bryker on the medium tires.
Meanwhile, our leader has his left side shot as he finally comes in. His left sides were over 60%.
Yeah, it looks like that's the move for everyone at the lead of the GT field. Blue Sky, even after the incident, is sitting on much better wear. So Blue Sky likely going to be out for quite a number more laps. I'd be interested to know what picks Blue Sky's made. Again, being a newer person to our
off a little bit on the pit straight, as I think XJ now takes the lead temporarily, but those tires are very much second hand. He is on 66% tire wear.
Yeah, XJ is trying to hold that car on the road as much as possible and is not succeeding everywhere as he gets a wide run and is passed back by Bryker as they're side by side. But XJ is going to have issues bringing that car down to a stop as Arkina starts to close up on XJ very quickly. Arkina on what I believe to be fresh softs is going to get around XJ pretty quickly, or is going to do their best to get around XJ as they pull onto the straight where tire wear does not matter as much.
XJ, I think, is going to have a lot of difficulty with regards to stopping that thing.
Yeah, XJ is likely going to be cooling down a lot earlier as Arkina closes right up on that back bumper. Arkina's got to find their way around XJ, but XJ is likely going to be diving into the pits this time around.
Yep, there we are.
XJ is into the pits and Arkina is free to take back that lead position. Arkina's a long way up the road from Tomas, who also went to the pits just a little bit ago.
But remember, pits on most circuits tend to be roughly 20 to 30 seconds. So I'd say Thomas might be able to take second position back.
That's true. Bryker is looking in good shape to keep going. For another 2 to 3 laps.
I believe. What tire wear is he on out of curiosity? Because he has not come in yet.
And as
I
we
think
are
it's on
watching the
mediums.
fight with Jabingus and Space Dog finds himself running a little wide and mounting the curb, sending himself to the outside of turn 1, back into the clutches of Aspect, who's racing him down into the S's.
Yes, indeed.
Space Dog in the
so-
background of the chase with Jabingus, but Aspect gets side by side as Space Dog has a taste of the dirt on the inside, on the outside at the top of the hill. Aspect locking it down, going into 6, holding strong, coming in through 7, but Aspect is looking like he wants some of Jabingus as he tries to get the bit of the slipstream as they run up the hill towards our final corners.
Yeah, you think Space Dog might be trying to audition to have that Mustang be turned into a rally car, you think, after that.
Yeah, Atlanta has a lot of opportunities where running a little bit wide or a little bit tight on some corners can get you some benefit of time, but if you push it too far, you're going to be punished all the worse.
Yep. So, and Space Dog, actually, whilst we're talking about tire wear, I believe Blue Sky might be in the medium compound of tires, because his left rear is only just coming to minor wear.
And there's a bit of contact as Aspect gets right onto the back bumper of Jabingus going down into the S's. Aspect going to be looking to make a move as he makes a small bump onto Jabingus, pulling up the hill. Is he going to pull side by side going into the final corner? Thinks better of it, is going to be patient going into 6.
Yeah, he was pretty much pushing him through that corner. And in fact, he's pretty much pushing Jabingus through turn 7 as well as they get onto the straight.
Aspect going to have a look as they get down into this tight corner. Aspect late on the brakes. Is he able to get around? There seems to be a little bit of contact.
Jabingus might be on worn mediums, I think, as well as Space Dog. So Aspect should have no difficulty with getting by.
Yeah, Jabingus is starting to slip off into minor tire wear on those tires. So if you've not gone for a stop yet, that is mediums, and that's also Blue Sky into the pits for the LMP category.
Oh, wait a minute, I've just spotted something off the leaderboard. I don't know if you had too. Riker is now 5th overall, legitimately, as Gloon goes off.
Yeah,
now going down the field.
Gloon having another big issue, finding their way off to the side. I believe that was down off of 7.
Yep, indeed.
And up at the front of our GT field, while Bryker is a bit of a ways down the road, Enrique and Microbio are trading for 2nd and 3rd place. And as that happened, Microbio makes his dive into the pit, and Enrique is free to try to chase after Bryker.
Yeah, I wouldn't be surprised if Jabingus and Space Dog also come in soon.
Yeah, we're looking at
also on medium tires.
Yeah, no, we're looking at the end of those medium tire runners.
I think we know we're not going to. Where is Microfiber coming out? He is going to come out in 12th overall.
12th, or I believe that's 6 or 7 in the GT field.
Hypo having spun.
Oh, Hypo is off on the start of the S's.
I believe he might have been accidentally collected during that entire spin out. I only caught him mid-spin. So, yeah, unfortunately for Hyper, things going from bad to worse. Yeah, now the field is pretty much spread out now.
Yeah, and as we look, Aspect and Jabingus and Space Dog are in the pits. And sorry, I thought I saw a small change in order up at the top of the field, but our GT field has gone through well, I was gonna say quite the order change, but it's back to Brecker Enrique at the top of the field, as our medium runners that are currently in the pits are just losing position, and Angry Rash makes his way back up to that lead section of the field. Angry Rash and Microbio are chasing down one another, but our main GT runners, Brecker and Enrique, are separated by a few sections of track. Enrique, the Aspect, and Angry Rash finds himself right on the chasing up to Aspect. Now we're gonna hop on Nebulon as Nebulon runs down to Kanishi.
I'm trying to.
I believe that is Blue Sky, a lap
action.
down from XJ, is getting ready to get overtaken, with Brecker being right in the middle of this three-way fight.
Yep.
Gloon's issues are compounding and finding himself just being further into the GT field.
And remember, if a GT driver finds Gloom and is wanting to overtake, they're more than welcome to do so. It's not outlawed.
Not at all. No, these cars are racing for fastest on the track as well as fastest within their class. While fastest overall is more of a bragging right. As long as they're able to go, they can go. And Brecker
comes in.
Yeah, Brecker's into the pits, so we'll have to see if Enrique is able to make it around. We're gonna hop on with Enrique and keep an eye on Brecker.
I think so, absolutely. And he doesn't come in.
And Enrique's around. Brecker's moving slowly, but Enrique's gonna get the position. Yeah, the rough part is the exit from the pit lane is a long haul.
In fact, I believe, judging on pace alone, we might have a battle for second between Aspect and Riker if he does not put in temperature in those tires quickly, because Aspect is coming on him fast.
Yeah, and down the field, Space Dog seems to have had an incident where he spun and took into a wall. Space Dog is out in front of XJ as XJ looks to find some space around.
Okay, being passed by our overall leader once again. Hello, we might have a battle here for 9th, I believe, overall. Or if Angry Rash closes that position more. And he does, into the chicane.
Yeah, Microbio, being one of the lead runners as this race was getting started, had strong odds of coming off into a P3 position, but just has slowly ran his way down.
And Angry Rash might be wanting to capitalize on his own mistakes, because Microbio going off track there, with Angry Rash having to back off a little bit to avoid collecting him. Also, let's have a look. You see.
Gloon seems to be finally making their way back ahead of the GT field as they get ready to close up on Enrique. Oh, but as I say that, has a big off on the S's.
Goes off the commentator.
Yeah. I'm just gonna do my best and I'll just keep my eyes off of Gloon for a bit. Enrique is looking like they're having a solid drive. Bryker is
Angry Rash finally finding his way around Microbio, for now at least, but not for long as he goes off track and Microbio going but into the rear of Angry Rash.
Yeah, they are running side by not side. They're running very close to each other as I believe that is Tomas closing through. Yep, Tomas gets around them but pushes the two GTs together. So Microbio all over the back end of Angry Rash.
And finally getting by Henrique.
Yeah, but we'll have to hope he is able to hold on to that. Microbio on much fresher tires than Angry Rash. So it's going to be a fight to see like whose compound is going to hold out the longest as we keep going forward.
Indeed. It'll be interesting to see who went for what compound. Popo in the pits.
And the fields start to spread out a little bit. We're gonna.
Oh, Enrique's going in.
Enrique is pulling the trigger, trying to get onto some fresh tires, I believe. But fresh tires and fuel, we are a bit over half distance, so it looks like Enrique is going to be on a three-step strategy. Excuse me.
So yeah, Aspect comes in as well. So it'll be interesting to see. Will Angry Rash will be in a chance to battle out for third? I don't think so, because he's now only just coming onto the start finish straight.
And as we check the boards, I believe it was Sir Nebulon is actually sitting on 2.5 seconds of penalties. We're looking at Aspect pulling out of the pits as XJ is looking to make a move around Microbio. The two of them getting real tight on each other on a very narrow section of track. XJ getting a little wide, pushing himself very far to the outside as Aspect is able to get around the off-track LMP2 car.
Yeah, but that's not going to last for long, as XJ is a very fast driver and he's going to not have any trouble trying to get by them on straight. In fact, there he goes. I am extremely interested in this battle, as Aspect is very much pushing Microbio. And in fact, he's thinking about, he's thinking about of looking around the inside.
Aspect on fresher tires pulls side by side. You're continuing the fight.
There. All side by side as Microbio finally gets position, but for how long? As Aspect is all over the rear of that Mercedes. It's a Mercedes civil war currently. Oh, contact again. And as Aspect looks to push his advantage, working from outside to in. Now going side by side. And contact again. Microbio getting the position back as Angry Rash comes into the pit. Now this will become a battle for third in the GT category.
An Aspect swings down to the inside to cut off Microbio's lines. Microbio again is looking to the inside. Aspect takes a very deep cut.
I think Microbio was very much pushing track limit of that time round. Where is he? Oh, Kinshi is finally coming into the pit now, so on lap 30. I'm interested though, how worn is Microbio's tires? 30%.
Yeah, and Aspect's on very fresh tires there. And I believe that is Hypo getting lapped by Bryker. A few seconds up the road from Enrique, but Enrique to Aspect is 2 corners back, so they are pretty safe from that front fight. But Bryker and Enrique are within strategy swapping distance, so as convergence starts to happen, we'll be seeing them come into closer and closer contention towards the end of this race.
Oh, wait a minute. I think Enrique might have done a fatal mistake. Because I'm looking at his telemetry and his fuel has hit 0.
Oh no, you're right. Enrique appears to have made a big error.
Yeah, he ran out of fuel, so he's
and it is a long way.
Want to come back to the pit very, very sharpish.
He is on his way up the hill, and he is on fumes. Oh no, I'm wrong. Enrique's on his way down to 6-7. Yeah, that's it. Enrique makes a fatal error running out of fuel.
That is the last thing you want to see.
You know, Enrique actually had to drop out. That was a big error. Unfortunately, the big error puts Enrique out of the race.
So that promotes all of the... So Enrique was second. So that promotes Aspect into second and Microbio into third. So Enrique made a catastrophic mistake, missing his pit, and underestimating how much fuel he had.
And that puts Bryker in a more or less an uncontested lead of this race. So Bryker just has to make it home safely. 16 laps remaining.
Yes, but as we say in racing, anything can happen.
Absolutely.
as Thomas makes a little bit of mistake, going onto the grass right there. Riker goes by briefly before Thomas shows Riker just how much power that LMP2 car has.
Oh, that will only work as long as Tomas is able to keep the car on the road.
That's very true.
So checking up on our fight for third Aspect, Microbio's closing up very quickly onto Aspect.
Oh, I think we might have a bow on for the wooden spoon currently, as Hypo is closing the gap on Sir Nebulon.
Yeah, both of these drivers are independently pretty quick, but just have not been able to have clean runs so far.
Yeah, unfortunately, they have not been able to convert their pace into points paid position. And if Hypo is able to keep within striking distance of Sir Nebulon, he will get second to last by default, because remember, Sir Nebulon has 2.5 seconds of penalties.
That's right.
As Spicy Waffle comes into the pit, as well as Gloom.
People are starting to make their strategy decisions for the end of the race, putting in fuel to make it to the end, as well as getting their final tire changes done. So this will be the moment where the strategies start to collapse on each other, and we start seeing who's fighting for what.
Yeah, but okay, because of commentator, last thing I want is for another person to run out of fuel. Because I'm looking at Microbio, and he's got, how much has he got currently? He's got 6% of fuel. So the last thing I want for him to do is for him to go round one or two more times and then forget to come in.
Yeah, Microbio is looking to do a few more laps before he makes his final stop. I believe Microbio running softs through the entire race.
Yeah. So, but yeah, Microbio is nearly on fumes currently. He's going to have to make a pit stop soon rather than later. Yeah, as he now drops into 4% of fuel. He can last, possibly one more lap. Afterwards, he's going to have to come in.
And we have a three stack of cars back in the midfield of the GTs, as Bryker is making his way through lap traffic with Angry Rash and Space Dog along each other. Angry Rash is going to have Bryker there to help stretch that slipstream to pull ahead.
Space Dog is going to have to is going to be showing blue flags as Angry Rash comes in trying to sneak his way by, but ultimately not being able to do so. But yeah, that is this battle for 10th overall is going to be rather interesting as Space Dog goes off track and Angry Rash going by as well, as I think I
and in the background XJ is off as well, and there's another Mustang back here. XJ is all over the place trying to get that car under control. I believe it's
Yeah, he might just hand second over to Thomas at this rate.
yeah, it's gonna depend on how much of a gap XJ is able to keep over Tomas as they keep going.
As Marco Bar finally comes in. Jabingus getting third now for the or GT class.
Microbio is likely in for softs as yep, that's XJ into the pits. Arkina, XJ, Blue Skies, and Bryker are all in the pits at the same time. The exit is going to, and as we say that, Tomas, as you said, Tomas makes his way into P2.
Yep, indeed.
And I think I see XJ starting to get moving again.
Yeah, it'll be interesting to see what is the differentiating in strategies. I think Thomas only recently came in because yeah, he's showing a low tire wear.
I believe that's looking like Tomas has decided to make a soft run, make a medium run to the end.
Yeah, which might be a good call in the long run, because if XJ went in for a new set of softs, he's going to have to come in again and towards the end, because those softs will not last.
He just put them in right now, right?
Yeah, he just came in last time.
Softs, what we've seen, will do about 11 to 12 laps, but they're going to be very tired by the end of it.
Yeah, exactly. I'd say I think it would be okay, but towards the end, I don't think it will work.
Yeah, and as we're watching Blue Sky getting a little bit tired.
It's a little bit on the turns 11 and 12.
Looking at our GT field, we have TNR Bryker, who is a long way away from Aspect, Shabingus, Microbio, all having about a sector to themselves on the track. But closest coming up.
Meanwhile, Space Dog and Angry Rash are nearly in between. Have a little bit of gap between each other. So my suggestion to Space Dog would be try and close that gap to get within half a second, because Angry Rash has got half a second of penalty currently. So let's see.
We're coming down into the final set of laps for the LMP2s. We're getting into the last 8. Looking down 3, Blue Sky and Gloon, Gloon being a lap down are close to each other, but XJ is looking to put Blue Sky one more lap down overall. Looking back to the order, Aspect currently in the pits at the front of the GT field. Now, will Jabingus get around before Aspect gets back on? No, Jabingus is also into the pits for one final time as well. So Aspect's going to get away, and
so that potentially gives third to Microbio, unless he does not come in. So that's third for Microbio provisionally.
yeah, the final a little bit of banter earlier on in the VC was chastising Microbio for the strategy, but as it happens, Jabingus finds himself falling down the order from Angry Rash.
And Space Dog also jumps down the order as he comes into the pits as well.
Yeah, a number of these GT cars having a bit of an issue with their overall strategies, costing them right at the end.
Yep, indeed. But,
so we have Aspect,
but
Microbio. Go ahead.
Yeah, I was about to say, it could be worse. You could be Enrique currently.
It's better to stop for safety than to lose everything.
Yes, exactly. Exactly. You could be Enrique, who forgets about their strategy and costs their race entirely.
So as we check the midfield, Hypo and Kanishi are getting along each other. XJ gets pushed wide by a GT and decides to go into menu to avoid the incident.
He's still in the menu. But what's going on with him?
XJ accidentally opened a menu, opened up his Xbox game bar, and it has pushed him into menu as he was trying to make a clip of an incident.
Oh dear. That's not what you want to hear. But yeah, he's going to be forced to try and find his
Hypo
way
and Jabingus
around again.
are fighting each other right away once again. And that puts XJ back into the order of the three GT cars that are currently battling.
Rather quickly without any further incident.
Yeah, XJ being a long way down the field from Tomas. It looks like that's the best he's going to get.
That was a interesting way of coming through the field. Yeah, honestly, that way through, I'm not going to say more. Or as we look back towards that action for 10th overall.
It is Kanishi trying to run off of Jabingus. Jabingus is trying to find a way around, and Jabingus gets a good run at the inside coming down to the final corner and is able to make it happen. Kanishi falls right in behind Jabingus, and Angry Rash is in for a very late pit stop.
Yeah, I wouldn't advise that, although having said that, he's probably doing it because he wants to get to the end at least. And there is a battle for the wooden spoon currently.
Spicy Waffle and Space Dog are going at it once again.
I'm going to say, the Spicy Waffle's paint job is a little bit interesting.
Spicy Waffle rocking the Orihime from Bleach on top of the Mustang livery. Spicy Waffle trying to run away with the power of anime on his side, trying to defend off of Space Dog.
Yeah, I would question his life choices, not going to lie.
I'm sorry, what?
I said I will question why he's put on that.
I know Spicy Waffle. I know Spicy Waffle's reasons. I'm going to keep the reasons I'm going to say. But Spicy Waffle's a fan of anime plot lines. But as it happens, Space Dog starts to fall back off of Spicy Waffle.
Looking further afield, it looks 13. Like Hypo is trying to close that gap between himself and Kenshi, as he wants to at least get some higher position to redeem his lack of performance.
Oh, you said Hypo. Yep, sorry. Hypo finds himself right on the back bumper of Kanishi. But as we look in the background,
Balloon is off. that is rather interesting. Gloom is
Having another off.
what having another off as Briker is able to get to 5th overall. Maybe he was in a pause menu. I don't know.
Oh, and as we're watching, Hypo gets very wide.
Yeah, but not too wide as to lose the position.
Oh,
In
and
fact,
as it happens, Kenshi gets wide as well on one, gets inside, gets the position. Hypo keeps running down the hill.
Yeah, well done, Hypo. In fact, Riker is coming by. Blue flags will be out for Kenshi and Hypo, as they will have to bear it down, have to think about letting him by. I mean, Riker has significant pace. In fact, he's pretty much pushing in Kenshi.
Yep, and Riker's trying to find a way around, but neither of them is looking to lift as they're deep into their own battle. Oh, Kanishi's trying to find space on the outside, and Riker's able to make it by on the chicane going into the final sector, and Hypo is in. I wasn't certain if Hypo was actually going into the pits or if Hypo just got very sideways and started going that way.
Yeah, but no, this is late.
Yeah, and when I was talking about how early a number of those cars had gone in, when I was saying how early a number of those cars went in for the GTs, I was not counting how far down they were in laps off of the LMPs.
Yes. Yes, I mean, they are quote unquote 4 laps down from our leader, who laps pretty much everyone. Who is on his penultimate lap. In fact, Gloon is in the pause menu.
Gloon's a few laps down, so we'll have to see if Gloon is able to pull it out to the end.
No, Gloon's in pause menu currently. So, yeah. But our leader is very much about to start his final lap. It's 1 lap ahead of every single person on the field.
Yeah, Arcana is closing it down and bringing us to a close for this race, and will come away with a very good points haul. Arcana finishing in P1 finds him at the lead of the championship. Tomas will come away pretty nicely as well, being able to take a P2 with 25 points, likely finding himself somewhere between somewhere around 4th in the championship overall, as it looks like Arcana is also going to get the fastest lap in the class.
Yeah, but who had any doubt with regards his pace?
Yeah, none today.
Yeah, exactly. As he comes round to turns 11A and B, through towards over the hill, through to the final corner to take the checkered flag.
And that is Arcana across the line for the victory, for the overall win and the lead of the championship. We're gonna be seeing Tomas and XJ on their white flag laps. Both of them pretty far separated. Blue Sky is about 2 laps down and it's gonna be holding position. Gloon DC's right at the end. Unfortunate.
Honestly, I'd say out of everyone, I think Blue Sky should pat himself on the back on this one, because I'd say with regards to his qualifying pace, he has potential, but I think his racecraft needs a little bit of working on.
Yeah, Blue Sky did definitely come out as this being one of their first showings out on the track with us. Definitely did a good job finding themselves in P4 overall, but having some of the strongest pace on the field.
Yeah, he's definitely someone to keep an eye on. In fact, I will go out on a limb and say he potentially has pace to be improved on.
And as we look back, there is a battle further down in the order as Angry Rash is back on top of Sir Nebulon as they make their run into T1. Angry Rash able to get to the inside. Are they going to be it as they go too wide into the chicane leading into the S's, pushing Nebulon to the inside. Nebulon getting a lot of dirt and ended up falling back out of the position as Angry Rash makes his way ahead into the S's.
Yes, indeed. However, both Angry Rash and Sir Nebulon have penalties, but Sir Nebulon has more. He has to, if things were to end right now, and with Sir Nebulon ahead of Angry Rash, he would still be in 11th, because with them, the two penalties cancelling each other out, Sir Nebulon would have 2 seconds worth of penalties.
Yeah, and Nebulon has, like you said, Nebulon has to get more than 2 seconds ahead of Angry Rash.
Yes, in order for him to even get at 10th. As I believe Blue Sky has finished, yes, he's finished his final lap, bringing his class to a close.
Yep, the LMP class is all done. Now it's just a matter of the final laps of the GT category. I believe only Bryker, I don't remember, only Bryker and Aspect are on the lead lap for GTs.
Yes, only those two are on the lead lap. Everyone else is a lap down.
Yeah, but Bryker is very quickly coming to bring that lead to an end. Look in the background, Nebulon is very sideways and off the track, giving Angry Rash nothing but open road ahead to run off in the distance. Angry Rash's next target, Kanishi, is a pretty long gap ahead as they have about 4 laps remaining.
I don't see Angry Rash being able to close down that gap.
Nothing of that size.
Unless Kenshi does a catastrophic mistake. I don't see that gap coming down. I correct myself. I correct myself very, very quickly. Kenshi is on 1%.
Oh, that might be a problem.
Yeah, I think Angry Rash might be able to get 9th. Unless, Kenshi's going to have to come into the pits.
Yeah.
Unless he runs out.
Yeah, I don't think this is the last. I don't think this is the last time around for Kenshi. So,
no, absolutely, because right now he is. There we go. He's on 0.
Oh, as he's on 0.
So he's on you. So he's gonna have to come into the pits very quickly.
Yeah, it looks like Kenshi is absolutely starting to get the stutters. Yep, as he pulls in. Yeah, he's having the dropouts in power from running out of gas. And as that happens, Kenshi pulls into the pits with a lap short. Angry Rash gets his way around.
It's a good thing I noticed that, because that would explain why Kenshi comes in last second.
Yeah. As it so happens, Angry Rash is also pushing really close on that limit of fuel himself, but should be one more lap to the good. And Kenshi unfortunately finds himself losing over 5 positions. Yep, Brikers across the line. So we are 1 lap away from the rest of the GT field starting to finish. Aspect across the line. Aspect holding onto the P2 position. Next up, we have Jabingus and Microbio as they get ready to wrap it up.
Yep,
I believe, is this it, or he's got one more?
Oh, Microbio.
Microbio's
no,
done.
This is it.
Yeah, Microbio dies across the wall to finish.
I think Jabingus out. Jabingus is finished as well. So this might actually be the final lap, which, if that's the case, that would be the fueling situation for Kenshi would be absolutely disastrous.
Yeah, coming 1 lap short has to hurt so bad.
Yeah, we're right. Angry Rash coming across the line, meaning it was the final lap for the GTs, meaning Kenshi was 1 lap short.
Yeah, it has to be heartbreaking going from about, I believe it was 5 or 6 in the GT category, and ultimately winding up at the tail end as we hang out with Kenshi bringing up the end of the field. That was quite the race that we had today. So I want to thank everyone that joined us, everyone that drove, and everyone that came around to watch. We will be off of MCC this week. Next Saturday will be the rescheduled 6 hours of Le Mans, and for the More Hours of Racing Endurance Championship. But tomorrow we will have King of the Ring. So I hope you all come by and watch some more racing. We'll be out in just a few minutes as everyone else. Do you have any final thoughts for what we saw today here?
No, I do have a couple of things. Firstly, I think Enrique should have done more better during this race. Unfortunately, because he mistook his strategy with regards to fuel, he ended up completely out of the race. And as a result, he lost out on potential podium finish in regards to his class. So I'd say out of everyone here, he's going to be kicking himself hard, as well as Kenshi, because him being 1 lap short will be absolutely painful to feel.
I'm sorry, I missed the last bit of what you said. I was listening to Aspect.
I'd say Enrique had an absolute is kicking himself right now because of his strategy disaster. I mean, he should be on the podium if we are being truth be told. He should be on the podium, but because of his catastrophic mistake, he costed it.
Yeah.
Furthermore,
Enrique having that DNF is going to cost, like you said, is going to cost him very dearly. Enrique was on pace to have the top step of the championship, but finds himself quite a ways down the order due to the DNF. Our leader is very likely going to be Bryker. It's going to be Bryker, then followed by Aspect and
then Micro.
Yeah, then Micro. Yeah.
I'd say Kenshi's also kicking himself right now because having it going into the pits on the penultimate lap is devastating because that meant the person underfield by 1 lap. It's the last thing anyone wants to do.
Sorry, give me 1 second.
Wow. What
Hey,
a race. Time to watch these.
Whoever asking about MHCC is still here. You can at me or DM me if you have questions. Or did they
Blue Skies.
Blue Skies?
No, they're still in here.
Oh, hi. Yeah. No, sorry, I was listening. We're doing a debrief on the impact of the standings and all that stuff after today's race.
Yeah. Did you talk about aspects?
But yeah,
Amazing performance.
I think but yeah,
Your best position.
I think
back.
it's
Sorry.
Yeah. Dang it.
Yeah, I think it's time we wrap up this broadcast.
Okay.
Okay.
Okay, goodbye, guys.
See ya.
See ya.
What were you gonna say,
Yeah.
Kira?
All right. Thanks a lot, Rose. I'll catch you a little bit later.
He just muted himself.
I'm going to be speaking
I think he's
a
dealing with this
little bit with
You
regards
guys wanna,
to
you wanna
aspects.
see my ship in
Do you want to
Sky?
jump down into the race VC
Yeah.
conversation?
Yes, space.
Yeah, we might as well.
Course.
I mean, this is about the Porsche thing.
No, save that one for after we're done, okay?
Yeah,
I want to
yeah,
see your ship
fair.
in No Man's Sky.
I was serious.
I'm not
I'll
doing
see the ship.
Sorry, what were you saying, Aspect?
Blue Skies did end up leaving, but they're in the MCC lounge. They just want some information on how to sign them.
Yeah, I'll have announcements about that tomorrow afternoon. But yeah, no,
Awesome.
Aspect, you are now going to be in second place overall in the championship. Microbio will be at 41, will be in 4th overall once the standings shake out. Actually, I think you might actually be one higher, so you might actually be
Third? Yeah, just put me in third for now.
Yeah, it's gonna I have to correct your penalty from last week. And that should put you in position. Yeah, that should put you in position up, which will bump you up a few points, which should put you ahead of Enrique. Enrique has to be hurting so bad.
Oh yeah.
Thank you for the follow TNR_Briker. Stream Elements said, thank you for entering the domain TNR_Briker. Uphold the treaty and enjoy yourself.
The championship lead, by the way.
He's literally, I would be number 1 if it wasn't for that guy.
Yeah, no, I know Briker's not here. Briker's on Twitch.
Honestly, because both me and
I fought so many guys at the beginning.
That
was hilarious. May have gotten a little
by, and
rowdy.
I was actually once like, hey, like, I was like, oh my god.
Oh,
Enrique
hey
is
NWR_Arkenia. Thanks for hitting the follow button.
Watched him.
Thank you for entering the domain NWR_Arkenia. Uphold the treaty and enjoy yourself.
Wait, what? I want to see the show.
Yep. So this is gonna be the end of it for us. The championship is definitely tightening up. Let me actually remember to deafen myself so I'm not talking to everyone.
NWR_Arkenia said, Dino dance.
Thank you very much, Arkina. Congratulations in being the leader of the LMP2 category. Hopefully you'll be able to be here to defend your crown against the others once they make their way back. We'll be on for King of the Ring tomorrow. That is also shaping up to be a very close competition. And then we are going to have MHEC next week, as we said previously. So please stay tuned to Kurishine if you want to find more racing here at 1HOR. Feel free to join 1HR if you want to join us in the racing in the future. So until then, I hope you all have a wonderful weekend, and I'll see you tomorrow for King of the Ring. Bye for now.